Jan Nepo and Alireza Firouzja. Let's jump right into the action, where Alireza went pawn to a3 during the break, and Nepo tried to keep the position closed, pawn to b3. What's going on now?
Well, this is a big question, what's going on. Well, Jan did not want to allow that black would be taking here on b2. And there are all kind of tactical things happening. And also the c3 square is something is going to be weak, one way or another. So b3 was played by Nepo. He wants safety for his king, that's clear.
Yeah, we should also mention, I mean, a3 costs, I mean, the last 2-3 moves have cost Firouzja like an hour on the clock. So he's down quite significantly now, and it's still super sharp. So
absolutely, that I also wanted to point out that Alireza knows what he's doing up to a certain point, but in the last few moves, he seemed to be struggling probably which direction to take.
He blitzed out his first 17 moves, and now we're on move 22, and he spent 1 hour 20. So that's, I can't do math, 20 minutes per move since he's out of book.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing I do, but normally I try and avoid these type of sharp positions where the price of each move when you're in time trouble is so high. And he's still got a bit of choice, right? So King h8 we were discussing earlier before including a3, b3.
King h8 always feels useful, no? Just give that rook to j8 square. Why not? Or what else, I should say.
Yeah. And there we were discussing e takes d5. And rook
a5, d6 still works here. We're without a3, b3, but it might still work.
The question is, what happens if now, let's say black goes here and then already possibly knight b5 or knight e4?
You know what I'm going to say here, Judith. Queen takes.
What you want to take? You want to grab? That's what you want. Only pawn, pawn, pawn.
I mean, as long as I can stop you getting into c3 now, I'm happy.
But after knight e4, what do you want to do?
Queen e. Oh, yeah, maybe d6. Queen e1 looks a bit ugly.
But you never know. You might even sacrifice a queen one day, no? Even such
knight takes c4.
Rook f6, something like that.
Wow.
Nowadays, these are not something that I would be surprised. Such a great pawn on d6.
Yeah.
But I think d6 is much better, right? Just
d6 look good, no? Just grab stuff.
Yeah.
Bishop d6, knight takes c4. Yeah.
And if knight takes?
Rook takes f6 again, maybe? Does that work? All sorts of pins and discoveries, but bishop takes f6, queen takes d6.
Well, queen or rook, I guess.
Or rook, maybe, yeah.
Okay, so this is very important that black cannot go knight e4 here.
And if we play some slower move here, queen c7 or d7, yeah, c7, let's say.
Yeah. So now the threat is knight e4, most likely. Queen c5, trying to chase you around, but eventually you'll stop allowing me the threat of an exchange, I guess.
No, it seems like white is having a great position and material plus.
Yeah.
So
I don't see where the black queen goes here.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, queen d7, queen c6.
And if queen d7 directly, maybe.
Queen b7 was also possible. Yeah. Queen d7.
Knight.
But even move like bishop c5, isn't this possible? Threatening rook f6.
It feels like a3, b3 here has helped white just to close down the b file after rook b8. You can just move.
What happens here? Rook a b8. Where does the queen go?
Or do we play queen takes a3? Yeah.
Knight b5. I was a bit worried.
I'm joking. Yeah. But bishop takes e7.
Maybe.
No, that's not quite.
He's
enough.
not playing jokes on us.
Yeah, I'm getting carried away with the pawn grabbing now. But,
Well, I don't think white is having a bad position at all.
uh,
That would be the last thing to say. F8 is hanging, F6 is hanging.
Knight takes d5.
You don't trust these things, yeah?
No, I just see a pawn.
And grab it.
Grab it.
yeah.
Maybe.
At least we're playing for 3 results.
Yeah,
That's-
anything could happen here.
Okay, King H8 was played in the game.
Mhm. And yeah, he takes d5. Must be.
And it's
critical.
on the board.
So knight d6, possibly queen takes b4. And what else?
Actually, that's a very important statement. If white can really take on b4, because then black has to come up with something. Otherwise, he's just having a material down and some dangerous things running on the king side.
Yeah, this resource of white playing d6 is just so important. And lots of lines.
No, and here it feels like the black king is still in as much trouble as the white king, no, while black loses every endgame or every simplification. So this is very dangerous for Alireza.
So after he takes d5,
Yeah, maybe he has to find some other move.
well, d6 is a threat practically. So rook a6 might be a move. What about this?
Mhm.
So for the moment, I cannot go knight f5 because of knight e4, right? So at least it's something positive for black.
Yeah, the rook on a6 feels a bit loose though. Are there any tactics?
Yeah, but I can also sometimes go to d6.
Yeah. I was thinking along the lines of bishop h6 maybe to start.
Bishop h6.
And rook g8, queen e2, yeah? Then rook
Yeah,
g6, queen e5.
queen This type of thing just because the rook is loose.
Double attack.
Nice. Alireza has to be incredibly careful or incredibly resourceful the next couple moves. No, he could just be lost very quickly if he doesn't come up with some very deep stuff.
He can be in big trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
the stakes are definitely higher for him.
And if we imagine Ding, who's better against Fabi, beating Fabi, that would mean they're both back on 50%. Then if Jan wins, he would have 3 out of 4. He could be 1 point ahead of the field today. Duda, Rajabov looks equal. Rapport and Nakamura also looks equal. I mean, there's still 10 rounds to go after this, but that would still be quite a start for Nepo.
Well, it was already a very good start to winning game 1 against Ding, right? With
Sure.
black. That was already giving the tone of his tournament, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been a fast starter, right? It's just about some questions and endurance and psychological stability. But yeah, this position looks great for white.
Well, it's definitely white who is.
What else can we do if we go rook g8? Do you go d6? Is that winning already or working?
Can you take with bishop?
And here, rook takes f6 anyway, maybe.
Well, I don't know. Knight f5 also looks extremely
Yeah.
scary. Though you go knight e4. Okay, so knight e4 is a good counter chance.
But rook takes f6 if it works could be very strong. Queen takes a knight e4.
But then black goes here or something and
Knight-
rook d8.
But knight takes
Knight
f7 is
f7.
yeah, the rook on d8 is not defended. And I guess in the end games where black takes everything on d6 now should be quite good for
Well,
white.
this is very bad
I
news.
wasn't sure how lost is that, or how bad is that endgame?
Yeah. Black's pawns are weak on the after queen g6 and take everything on d6. You just want to run with the E and F pawns, I guess, quickly.
Yeah, some rook g2 and hope for the best, but maybe white is just fast enough.
You don't want to go f5? You want to go here?
No, f5 looks logical. Yeah.
Otherwise, maybe knight d3. And
Yeah, let's go f5. Although here, no. That feels like it could easily be lost for black now. Like,
that's the type of position the computers would love for white, but
maybe
still.
just bishop c5.
or knight d3. What do you do? Like,
Knight d3 is clever. f4, knight takes
or
f4.
takes, yeah.
You want to take that?
Yeah. This one will win. King c1, very soft,
Yes.
or c4.
c4,
Just want to go c4 and
Yeah.
oh, no, c4 is not so good. f3.
yeah, c4, f3. So king d. Yeah,
We have
king
one
c1
more
is-
move for free, so this should be enough. Yeah, like king d2. Okay, this is resigns.
Well, this is important indeed that after rook g8 also d6 and rook c6, rook f6.
Would it still work if the queen wasn't on d8? So
I go queen f3.
queen f3. Oh, that's clever.
Take 6.
Yeah, queen takes d6, queen takes e3. White has nothing more than a draw, right?
No, that's yeah, that's only a perpetual check on d8.
Uh-huh.
And after queen f3, yeah, queen f3 is very clever.
No tricks here. Knight g5, you take, yeah.
Well, knight g5, I can go back, queen f5 also.
I was hoping I would have something, but maybe I don't. Queen
Okay.
d5, rook a7, yeah. I know rook a7 I can take.
G5 is hanging, so I can play rook a7. But it doesn't seem to be clear.
Okay, anyway, it's not the clear-cut
Knight
solution
d6.
we were
Knight
hoping for.
d6 was played.
Knight d6 played. He's saying, please take the pawn, sir.
And taking must be critical because it stops knight e4. How else to stop that?
Black is inviting white to grab the pawn.
I'm saying Jan will take within a minute. Like he's saying, things are going well. Give me that pawn. You show me why not.
One pawn up, 50 minutes up on the clock.
After queen b4, rook b8, where do you go?
Generally, I like queen e1 to keep an eye on e5 if there's no punishment.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, after a3, b3, white's king is in such a safety. The only worries is about c3.
Yeah.
And after taking the b4, it's not that weakened square anyway.
It feels like it helped white, no? With the pawns on a4 and b2, there's always knight c4 and rook b2 and whatever
Yes.
to worry about here. Well, now, knight c4, bishop h6. And what's the big deal?
Yeah, how can black ever get a knight to c3 now?
No, it's
Queen to
simply
b2.
no danger for white.
Okay, so queen takes b4. If rook b8 helps white to get the queen to safety, then maybe black has a more useful move.
What did we try? We tried queen c7, but queen c5 was annoying. Queen d7 feels a bit random. Also no real threat, no? Queen d7 even. Then queen e1.
Queen d7, queen c7, queen c8. I don't know. Do you think he blundered that knight e4, d6? No, it's impossible.
Nah.
Because d6 was happening in other lines with this rook
Yeah.
a5, so he must have rook a5. Maybe the only good move for white was d6, so he must have it in his mind.
But what is after queen b4?
I don't get it. I can also see the little engine bar. Very excited for
yeah.
white. And yeah, queen b4 played. I'm not sure if it was within the minute, but he did play it quickly. He's feeling good.
So probably it's just a huge advantage.
Yeah, the little bar there, yeah, it says whatever that means, +2 or something, which is serious, no? Like,
So he needs tricks now. Alireza, that's the only way to justify.
Well, this is a quite unpleasant story for Alireza. Flashing out his moves in the opening. After that, he was thinking, what could go wrong so much?
where did he get surprised? This king b1, knight c1 was not
No,
the
but
most
king
common
b1
idea.
cannot be, right? If
No, I
you-
understand it's a normal move, but from the games played, there was a lot more of knight g3 and f6.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
bishop
wondering what
c4
took
is a home preparation. So you must see king b1, because if someone is not prepared against bishop c4, the first thing you're watching, thinking of king b1, knight c1, right?
Yeah, I agree. It would be slightly sloppy preparation because bishop c4. This is a line that's supposed to be better for white, or at least incredibly tricky for black. So if you go there, you have this new idea. You should have been ready for it.
Yeah,
But
he
he
kind of been
started taking time here. No, maybe f6 surprised him.
yeah, he kind of been surprised by
F6
king
cannot
b1.
be surprised.
He played d5 so quickly that king b1 kind of been the surprise, but
Yeah.
maybe it wasn't just f6, but maybe it was g takes f6. You said that was the novelty, Jan.
Ah, yeah, it's true. f6, g, f, knight g3. There was still a game or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was around here he started thinking right after knight g3.
Yes.
That's where it started to go wrong. Yeah.
But here
I mean-
it's really going wrong, I think.
Let me switch on a computer just to see what the computer said in the opening. I'm curious. So d5, f6 is the first line, gf, gf.
Spoilers, Jan, it will say
df6.
0.0 the whole time.
It does say 0-0 around here, knight g3. But maybe this is important. Instead of bishop takes f1, it says knight d6, and it says 0-0 indeed.
Hmm. So literally just after he got surprised, immediately went going on.
And bishop f1, the computer already strongly dislikes. Like here, knight d6, it says is fine. Which
And after bishop h6, just sacrificing some,
bishop h6, king h8, it doesn't care.
yeah, sacrificing some material. Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's hard for a human, I guess, to evaluate and go for. But
Yeah, as usual, once you see it, it's easy, but to give that exchange without knowing, yeah, not so easy.
preparation-wise, yeah, maybe the space should have been covered.
Okay, so this is what he has to deal with. And I still go for my full point for Nepo.
That's less brazen a prediction there was before the game. But yeah, I agree.
I'll
By
stick
the
with
way,
that
just
honesty.
before I switch it off again, computer says after queen takes b4 plus 309 and best move knight d7. So computer is not very thrilled about black's chances.
Wow, knight d7. I mean, that's
Knight d7 is not a good sign.
No, and the +3 is also not a good sign. No, it's big trouble for
I mean, knight
Alireza.
d7, okay, I understand that black wants to look for counter chances with f5, but still.
yeah, it's counterintuitive though. I mean, you look at forcing moves first before looking at a way to play positionally after.
I mean, knight
Giving up a pawn.
d7 is really a move which you make because the computer said it's the best move, right? It's not because you believe in it. Well, maybe you are, but then there are problems.